Despite its unorthodoxy, won't you? She said softly. This is a high-priority mission, and one that will be over quickly. I've tried to make it clear that we have to place this equipment this morning. Simon let a silent moment slide by, then folded his arms across his broad uniformed chest, all the while maintaining eye contact. I'm not certain you understand the risks, Miss Crenshaw. They're substantial. Oh, I understand them, Captain. I also understand, to a degree that you can't, that the risk faced by not executing this mission is one that will be felt by everyone connected with Taino. I thought I'd made it clear that the placement and purpose of this equipment is top secret, and that's why I have to do the dive alone, and without you tracking my movements. She let her voice fumble, stopping short of overdoing the emotion. The accountability for undertaking this mission is mine and mine alone, Captain, and I willingly accept that. Ms. Crenshaw. Captain Broadhurst. Simon, please don't make me get all official on you, she said, interrupting him with a near whisper. Darling, this little dive of mine is a national security issue, and your failure to assist me with it would be a grave violation of the oath you took when you became an officer of the Taino Security Force. As a senior official, I wouldn't be able to overlook something like that. She paused and gave him a sad smile. You really only have two options, Simon. You can help me execute this mission, or you can refuse to help. Her quiet words hung in the air, as did the words she didn't have to say. Under Taino's laws, if he didn't help her, she could relieve him of his command and have him secured to his quarters. Then she'd carry out the mission anyway. Clearly displeased at having his options so neatly delineated, however softly Mickey might have done it, the captain gave clipped orders to his crew, his now cool gaze never leaving Mickey's face. She acknowledged his surrender with a nod that held a convincing hint of feminine contrition, but inside, triumph reigned. Then she turned her attention to the approaching crew member who would help her into the one-atmosphere diving tube. She was going down. That's all that mattered now. In one easy movement, she pulled off the wind pants she wore over her swimming suit, then slid the matching anorak over her head. She reveled for a moment in the cool breeze that brushed her bare flesh, and pretended not to notice the surreptitious looks Simon and the small, all-male crew were giving her almost naked body. A few feet away, the crew was doing their final checkout on the dive tube they'd christened Flipper. It was sleek, gray, and highly maneuverable underwater, but that's where the resemblance to everyone's favorite dolphin ended. It was just another useful high-tech toy, as far as Mickey was concerned. She trained in it, as all the security personnel had trained in this and all the other high-tech dive equipment her Commander-in-Chief, Dennis Cavendish, kept acquiring. Despite never having actually used the tube for any purpose other than training, Mickey was confident that she could carry out her duty and be topside before anyone could learn that the entire mission was a fabrication. This dive was an extremely daring act, but it was a necessary part of the plan. It was a heady feeling to know that the years she'd put into gaining her boss's trust and into learning everything there was to know about the nation of Taino and the reality behind its clever facade would soon pay off. All the condescension she'd endured at Dennis's hands was a small price to pay to ensure that the money and energy Dennis and his minions had put into achieving his megalomaniacal dream of controlling the world's next-generation energy source would be wasted. The world would be shown once again, vividly, that greed and arrogance led inevitably to incalculable damage to the earth and all her inhabitants. Yes, Dennis, in a few days you will have changed the world forever, for the worse. Fully ensconced in the one-person diving tube, Mickey mentally counted the clicks and hisses as the crew secured the seals that would keep her separate from the sea and safe from its frigid pressures. As she waited for the dive master to speak to her through the headphones, she kept her eyes trained on the small black boxes she'd carefully secured to the platform at the front of the tiny vessel. When she'd approached Simon about this unscheduled trip, Mickey had told him the twin units were a pair of new, state-of-the-art surveillance devices made by a boutique firm in Switzerland.